Hey viewers, do you hate trying to shoot around a corner only to have your bullets inexplicably stopped by an invisible wall? Do you hate seeing physics objects pop upwards and start floating when you move other objects near them? Of course you hate it. Thankfully, there are mods to greatly ameliorate these annoyances. This time, however, there isn't really that much of a battle between them. Every collision-altering mod I'm showcasing is compatible with the rest, and I'd recommend loading them all, in the order I'm listing on screen right now. That means put the New Vegas Mesh Improvement mod higher in your load order, then Collision Meshes, then Michelangelo's Workshop Windows Restored, and so on, letting each subsequent mod overwrite the meshes from previous mods. This will give you the highest number of fixes and most accurate collision possible. There are a few other collision mods like Crashed Plane Collision and Highway Sign 157 Collision Mesh Fix, but those fixes have been wrapped into the New Vegas Mesh Improvement mod, or Yukichigai's unofficial patch, so there's no need to download them. Lastly, if you're using any mesh replacers like the physically based packs, for example, make sure they're loaded after all these mods, so their higher quality meshes overwrite these ones. Now, I'm going to go over each mod quickly and explain my thinking behind their load order position. First up is the New Vegas Mesh Improvement mod. This is the largest and most wide-reaching mesh replacer available, and it fixes dozens and dozens of issues with New Vegas's terrible models. However, it generally doesn't improve collision meshes as much as other mods, and I think that's what's most important in a first-person shooter. I don't want my bullets being stopped by nothing. NVMIM is still absolutely essential because it has a lot of fixes other mods won't overwrite, so don't skip this mod thinking I'm trashing it, because I'm absolutely not. This is the only mod I looked at which has an ESP. The ESP only makes a few minor changes like grouping all the TVs inside Camp McCarran into a static collection for better performance, so it's unlikely to cause any conflicts. Second, we have the Collision Meshes mod. Even though it's older and may not have every single fix NVMIM has, it's awesome because it provides very accurate collisions for a lot of models. You can shoot between the railings of the NCRCF guard towers or the Atomic Wrangler staircase and not have your bullets blocked, which is what will happen if you play vanilla or NVMIM on its own. This mod has a lot of reports in its bugs section on the Nexus. I tried to replicate any problems people there were having, but could not. The TV set texture isn't broken, and I couldn't find any crashes related to Mr. Handy's. In fact, this mod doesn't touch the Mr. Handy mesh, so it just goes to show bug reports are bullshit sometimes. Collision Meshes has an update file which fixes a CTD bug, but you don't have to bother downloading it if you're using Mac 10 because the updated NIFs will be overwritten by Mac 10 anyways. Third up is Michelangelo's Workshop Windows Restored, which restores the glow to Michelangelo's exterior window. That's it. It's important to load this mod after NVMIM because they edit the same mesh. This mod is based on NVMIM anyways, so don't worry. You aren't losing any fixes unrelated to window glow by letting it overwrite. Fourth, we have improved Firehouse Collision, which is only for Tale of Two Wastelands users. There's a Fallout 3 version of the mod too, if you're interested, but if you're just playing New Vegas, you can skip this one. It improves the shockingly bad collision at the old-only Firehouse. I'm glad this asset wasn't reused in Fallout New Vegas because it's fucking atrocious. The mod's improved mesh actually isn't that much better, but at least you can shoot around the corners of the building now. Any improvement is better than nothing. Fifth is Precision Collision Clutter. This particular mod targets a lot of the smaller physics objects and does its best to make their collision meshes more accurate. Unfortunately, the mod also breaks a few meshes like the pool triangle, but there's a patch to fix that, and even without the patch, if you overwrite Precision Collision with Item, its issues will be fixed, and you'll get even greater coverage. Precision Collision doesn't completely solve objects bouncing suddenly when their physics wake up from being asleep, because level designers, whether from Bethesda, Obsidian, or the modding community, often place objects in the editor with their collision meshes intersecting each other. I think Skyrim mostly solved the issue with better level design tools, but that doesn't help us in New Vegas. Still, this mod provides an improvement, and that's the best we can expect. Sixth, we've got Meshes and Collision Totally Enhanced NIFs or Mac 10, an excellent mod with a ton of mesh fixes, like getting rid of unsightly seams and fixing material properties. It also provides very accurate collisions comparable to the Collision Meshes mod. Because it's so good, I recommend loading it after NVMIM and Collision Meshes to maximize its coverage while falling back on the other two mods if there's no Mac 10 mesh available. Lastly, Item's Transformed Enhanced Meshes, or Item, is Mac 10's sister mod, and it's a lot like Precision Collision Clutter, entirely focusing on small physics objects. For the most part, collisions are more accurate than Precision Collision, and there's a few extra fixes to materials, and some patched up holes in the meshes, so Item should be loaded after Precision Collision. The only problem I found with Item is that it reintroduces a vanilla bug fixed by YUP, where empty large whiskey bottles, which YUP renames empty scotch bottles, look like they're full when they should look empty. So I hope that gets fixed, but it's a minor bug. Anyways, I hope you found this little video useful. If you download all these mods and place them in the right order, you'll get to enjoy much improved gunfights. I hope Mac 10 and Item continue to receive updates to fix up any remaining collision issues in New Vegas. Anyways, until next time, viewers, toodles! Fuck, I missed. Fuck, it's the collision mesh. Fuck! Fuck! There we go.